You're listening to the Doc Lounge podcast. This is a place for candid healthcare conversations with physician recruitment industry's top executives and thought leaders. This podcast is made possible by Pacific Companies, your trusted advisor in physician recruitment. My name is Summer Gilbert, and I am the Director of Marketing and Branding here at Pacific Companies. Today on the podcast, we are doing another episode of the Ask the Expert series. If you are not familiar with this series, every week we will be answering questions sent to us by physicians all over the U.S. The experts here at Pacific Companies have decades of combined experience in physician recruitment and will be sharing their knowledge and answering questions from our physician community. There is no wrong question to ask our experts, so if you have a question you want to send us, email thedoclounge@pacificcompanies.com. Well, for today, Ask the Expert series, I have one of the most incredible experts in the universe, Gehrke, here with me.
Well, thank you.
Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. All right, well, let's just get straight into it. We have a couple questions from clients. So this first question comes in from a client in Tennessee. So the question is, what does Pacific Companies do differently to source candidates from any of the other firms that contact me every day?
You know, it's funny that you say every day because firms are contacting these prospective clients sometimes 4, 5, 6, 7 times a day, and they get phone calls and emails and texts, and it does become very cumbersome for the client to get these constant contacts on a daily basis because they're trying to do a million other things. Mm-hmm. But to answer that question, and what do we at Pacific Companies do differently, is fairly simple. We source candidates through a program called MAPS, and MAPS means marketing, advertising, procurement, and strategy. Those are the 4 breakdowns. When it comes to marketing, you know, there's many different ways you can market, but we do it through social media, digital marketing. We do a retargeting program, reverse marketing, text marketing. We do a PC Compass report, which is a Pacific Companies Compass report, conference tagging, and that's part of our marketing program. Mm-hmm. On the advertising part of it, we do paid targeted advertisements, video advertisements, job boards, custom mass email campaigns, cold and warm calling, mm-hmm. which means 2 different things. Cold calling are candidates that we reach out to that have never heard of us or heard from us before. Mm-hmm. Warm calling means we've contacted them via email or through some type of marketing program, so they know who Pacific Companies is, but they really don't know what the opportunities are. And then society conferences. We do a lot of conferences all over the country, nationwide. And then procurement is a proprietary database. We have over 500,000 candidates in our database. We customize direct mail campaigns for the client. We do artificial intelligence sourcing, market research, training programs. We have 24-hour support, so the candidate and the client can reach out to us at any time and someone will get back to them. We do a lot of job fairs. I can't be specific as to what the name of those job fairs are because they're proprietary.
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of them that we do. And then, of course, the last thing is strategy. We strategize not only on our behalf. It's not all about our process, it's about you as the client. And to answer the question for this person or persons that ask what we do differently, is we do it your way. You know, we have a process that we go by, but you may do things a little differently in different areas, and we'll adjust according to what your needs. Yeah, mm-hmm. Kind of like Burger King. We do it your way. You know, rather than just buying a regular burger and having everything on it, and then you have to pick the pickles off if you don't want it, etc. So we do content automation, nurture campaigns, mobile optimizations, innovation strategies, marketing psychology. And I think that the big thing that comes out of this is that we're consultative. So we tell you and we give you data based on what we learn in the marketplace. Mm-hmm. You know, if we're servicing a major metro market area, we know that compensation averages are going to be a little bit lower versus rural America.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of how it goes. But to answer that question simply and not going through everything to this particular question is we do a lot of things differently, and a lot of firms say the same thing. We do things differently than other firms. It doesn't matter. We're proven, and as a national firm, this works.
Yeah, and I heard our marketing director is just amazing.
Oh, she is.
Know?
I mean, she's wonderful. Summer does a great job, and she's very creative. She's very up on the new strategies and new IT ideas. She comes up with great. Yeah, you do. You really do. I thought that was a joke, but
I no, it is a joke, and I enjoy a lot of this. What we do for the client is we do within our marketing department, and I enjoy getting to know the client and the location and the job, and really diving deep and creating custom campaigns for these clients to get them a candidate as fast as possible.
And that only makes sense. I mean, a lot of firms become stagnated, so they do the same thing over and over and over again. Well, eventually they wear that out. It doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
It's kind of like direct mail. A lot of people say that direct mail doesn't work anymore. Well, it really has a low response rate, but the quality of the response rate is very high. Where you come in as our marketing director is you come up with new and innovative ideas. Different types of pictures, different types of catchphrases, things that will catch the candidate and catch his or her attention, saying, wow, maybe we should take a look at this for me and my family. So, I mean, that's important. And
that's the cool thing is, I mean, this is our MAP strategy or our MAPS campaign now, but we're constantly, thinking left to center and always updating and staying with the times. And that's what makes what we do exciting, especially for our clients, is because you're always going to get the most up-to-date marketing and advertising that is possible.
And new ideas, absolutely, and new ideas. And that's what we really pride ourselves in, is trying new and innovative ways to get out to the marketplace and get responses, get people to respond to our marketing so that we can find that specific candidate for that specific client.
Cool.
So that in a nutshell, Summer, that does it. I mean, that's a great question that this individual asked, and by golly, if there's any more questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
And if any of you listeners have any questions, at the bottom in the description of this podcast, I'll put Rich's phone number and email, so you can call him for free consultation anytime.
Love to hear from you. And if you reach out to me, just remember, I'm not going to try to sell you something. It's strictly consultative. And if we do business and partner down the road, great. If we don't, that's okay too. Yeah. All right.
Well, Rich, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you to all our listeners, and thank you to our clients who asked us these amazing questions.
It was a pleasure.
All right. Have a good evening, everyone. Thank you to all our listeners. If you'd like to be notified when new episodes air, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And a big thank you to Pacific Companies. Without you guys, this podcast could not be possible. If you would like to be a guest, go to www.pacificcompanies.com. Thank you.